Hey, good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. All right, so this is a follow-up to yesterday's task, which was to get you to think about argument, and I hope those questions got you to thinking about argument, got you to thinking about issues. All right, and so today we're going to take a look at some issues. All right, and I need you to use these two these two sources right here. And I just want you to take a look at them, okay? I specifically want you to pay attention to their discussion on issues, and I want you to pay attention to their presentation of issues because you're going to use both with this particular task, all right? So once you've had a chance to take a close look at both of these, I need you to select three controversial issues, all right? Ideally, well, first, they have to be issues about which you have strong feelings. All right. So make sure that you're strongly connected to this in some way. Okay. Personally. Ideally, you would select them from the two provided resources because I think it'll make life easier on you. But it is not an exhaustive list of issues. So if there's an issue that you want to use instead, please feel free to do that. But you're going to have to do a little bit of research with it to make sure that you understand both sides of the issue and the typical arguments that both sides make. All right. Once you have your three issues, please insert them in the tables below. All right. So let's say that I select abortion. Okay, as one of my issues. So I would just type abortion in here up in the cell where it asks for the issue. Then I have to um, I have to go through and complete, but I the tables. But I want you to do this objectively, all right? Which basically means I need you to not reveal your personal position on this, okay? And this is why we are just taking a look at the issues right now. We are not debating the issues. We are just going to simply take a look at the issues. And I think what's important is that we're able to see issues for what they are. All right. And that means I think we need to initially look at them objectively. And so we need to set aside our bias while we do that. Okay. And so this is where I think the resources are going to be beneficial. So if you look at this one right here, what I like about their presentation is they basically provide the information for you to put into the cell. All right, so they take 25 big controversial topics or issues, okay, and they present them um, fairly objectively. All right, and so they define them. Okay, they give the two sides, and then they give the typical arguments of both sides. Okay, importantly, I want you to put the arguments, the typical arguments, in your own words. Okay, because I want you to practice paraphrasing, and I also want you to practice presenting um, information objectively. Okay, so back to abortion here. Okay, so from here, not that I didn't already know this, but we basically have two common viewpoints, all right, or two sides. We have pro life and pro choice, okay? And so back here on the task document, all right, I might put pro life right here, and then I'm going to put pro choice right here. The order doesn't really matter, all right, you decide. Okay, and then down here, I'm going to provide at least one of the main or typical arguments. Okay, and maybe that's a better way to say it. Like, what is the main argument, the typical main argument that the sides make? Okay, and so here, I might put down pro-life people um, believe that we have a moral responsibility to protect life, and life begins at the moment of conception, so we can't allow abortions. Okay. Um, Pro-choice might say something like um, people have a choice for what they do with their bodies. Okay, it is their human right to be able to choose what to do, even in situations like pregnancy. And maybe I'm starting to get a little or subjective there. I'm not sure. All right, so basically, I want you to pause and I want you to think about, okay, and maybe the better way is just to keep it simple here. All right, but avoid things like this. If I say abortion is murder, all right, which basically is a typical argument of pro-life, okay, then I have to balance that over here on this side and maybe say something like, abortion is a human right, or something like that. Okay. And so make sure that however you're presenting these, you're balancing these, but I would avoid such language like abortion is murder, and things like that, because I think it's really hard to maintain an objective tone and presentation when we go there. Okay. So again, you don't have to get this perfect here, but I do want to challenge you to try to remain objective, and I do want to challenge you to put in your own words. All right. And again, I think simple is probably the better approach. Okay. And you're going to do that with all three of your selected issues. Okay. Again, the goal here is just to simply look at the issues, not to debate them, all right, not to weigh in on them, just to simply say, here is the issue of abortion, here is the issue of gun control, here is the issue of immigration, etc. Okay, and so that's the task and the challenge for today. All right. If you need help, as always, reach out. Okay, please make sure you pay attention. You don't have to like read these like super carefully, but please take a little bit of time and look through both of these. All right, and then importantly, for later opportunities, make sure that whatever three issues you posted here are really ones that you have strong feelings about, because that will come into play later on for tasks in the future. Okay, all right, enough talk. Happy Tuesday. Need help? Reach out. Peace out, my friends.